Hey teachers, how do you give instructions for your assignments? Are your instructions detailed enough to where your students know exactly what to do and how to do it with minimal questions to you? If not, this video is for you. I like to utilize a system called CHAMPS that helps me to give very detailed instructions for my students every single time that they can view on the board while they're working on their activity. And this helps to minimize questions that they have for me about the assignment or about instructions for the assignment. So I'm going to share with you how to utilize CHAMPS in your classroom so that you are able to give great detailed instructions, and that when your students are working on their activities, that they are doing exactly what you need for them to do. So I have provided an example for you here so that you can just refer to it with me as we go through the whole process of utilizing CHAMPS. This is actually something that I had posted on my board today for my students. So the first part of CHAMPS is the C. The C stands for conversation level. So your students should know exactly what their conversation levels should be like. And you can give them numbers if you utilize numbers, or you can just tell them inside voices or things like that. So for example, today I had my students at a level 1. They were doing a group activity, but I didn't want them to get really loud. So I just told them to use their inside voices. If your students are doing a individual activity and the conversation level is 0, let them know that the conversation level is a 0, and so on and so forth. And then not only let them know what the conversation level is, but give a demonstration. So when you're giving your instructions verbally to the students, literally say, your conversation should sound like this. This is the level that I want everybody talking on. Or if they should be quiet, let them know the details of it. Everyone should be quiet during this time. There is no conversation. Do not ask your partner for a pencil. Do not ask your partner what page. Don't ask your partner anything, because a lot of times our students like to have some type of excuse as to why they were talking. So just include all of the details. Think about those scenarios that take place and include that in your instruction when you're giving your verbal instructions. I didn't write all of that because I don't want the slides to be, it shouldn't be overwhelming. That's what I'm looking for. But it should be specific. And I just tell them the extra details that I need them to know. For the help, let them know where they should be looking to receive their help. Are they working with a partner? Can they come ask you, or can they raise their hand and ask you for help? Can they use a textbook? Should they be using the internet? Is there a specific website? Be as specific as possible. If it is the textbook, what page? Is there a specific area they should be looking in? If you want to give them, sometimes we like for them to have to search a little bit. But if it's something where you are just giving them a specific area, let them know each detail about where they can go to for help so that there are no questions about it. Let them know where they can't go. You cannot utilize your phone for this. You should not be utilizing the internet. You should not be utilizing this and that. So tell them the do's, but also tell them the don'ts. The activity, they should know exactly what they are working on. I had my students working on a matching activity for this particular assignment, but whatever the activity is, just make sure that they know exactly what they should be doing. Should they be answering questions? Just make sure that they know all of the details. The movement. Your students should know exactly where they can move, if they can move, and how they can move and where they can move. So these are things that you want to include. Should they stay at their table? Because we know that the students, before you know it, they're up across the classroom, they're talking to their friend, they moved over here, I'm at the pencil sharpener, I'm at the bookshelf. It's a lot of movement. So be as specific as possible. If you don't want your students moving, tell them, do not move. If they can move, but it's with, certain stipulations, then make sure that they know that as well. So they should know you can only move if you are sharpening your pencil. You can only move if you are getting a sheet of paper from my shelf or something. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. But that there should be details for the movement. The next piece is participation. We want to make sure that our students know what participation should look like. If it's a group, everyone should be participating. Everyone should be actively reading and then answering the questions, or everyone should be actively moving around the classroom looking for their partner, looking for their match, or whatever it is. They should have the details for what participation should look like for that particular assignment. And then the final thing is success. What does success look like? And what should I do once I'm done? Okay, so success looks like you have filled in all of the squares on your Frayer model, and it is colored. Now that you are done, read over your terms, complete your vocabulary, review your homework, give them exactly what they should do, what it should look like, and then what they should do when they're done. So all of these details, along with a timer, and as well as you moving around the classroom actively monitoring as they are working on their activity, is what leads to a successful class period or a successful activity. Even if you don't want to utilize CHAMPS, still make sure that you are giving specific details that include all of these things in it, and that is projected on the screen with a timer, so students are focused on time management and getting it done within the time frame, and that you are moving around the classroom. And as long as you are doing all of those things, you should have a great day. I hope this helps. See y'all later.